So when I say elementary, my dear Watson, my accent's so bad, what comes to mind? Well, for theater goers in Toronto, it's David Arquette. The actor, sometimes wrestler, and father of two, is houndstooth, cap in hand, ready to play none other than esteemed detective Sherlock Holmes. The play opens next week, but right now, David joins us in studio. It's so nice to meet you.
Thank you. Nice meeting you.
When I started seeing the posters around town, David Arquette as Sherlock Holmes, I actually paused and went, And then I went, okay, this is going to be a new school kind of Sherlock Holmes. Tell me about that and how you play this character.
It's definitely different. You know, it's a humorous take on Sherlock Holmes. So there's a lot of fun. There's a lot of humor. We have a great cast with James Maslow as Watson and Renee Olstead. Just these really great, wonderful young actors. And it's just fun. It's a Canadian production. It was first put up in Montreal in 2013.
And did so well.
Yeah, it got wonderful reviews. And we have a great director, Andrew Shaver, who's just got an incredible comedy background. So it's just fun. It's a really silly, kind of off-the-wall
But
take.
a bit of drama too, right?
Yeah. It definitely has its dramatic moments.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because I'm thinking when considering an actor for this role, they would need somebody that can bring the comedy, but can also bring the drama. And sometimes it's hard to traverse those two.
It is, yeah. He's a pretty complicated character, so you kind of have to find these really insane qualities in yourself, and then the little beats. And being on stage in front of people and just sort of no safety net. It's challenging, but it's a lot of fun.
Challenges are good, though, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you've done a lot of screen, and what's the biggest difference between the stage? You know, you mentioned the safety net, not having one there, but what is it that you like?
I like the relationship with the audience. You know,
It's
you're
intimate.
able to, you're really just right there, and it's very personal. And I don't know, a lot of people, we did a preview in Los Angeles and did 6 shows, and I don't know, it gives people an opportunity to sort of get you to know you in a much more intimate way.
So when you were preparing for this role, because really it's Sherlock Holmes, so you kind of have to nail the accent, David. What did you do? Were you reading? Have you always been a fan? Were you listening?
I was a fan. Yeah, I listened to the books on tape because there's an Englishman that reads them, and that really helped a lot. So I listened to all the stories just over and over again. And then I worked with the voice coach, and just got the accent down.
Are you happy with the
Yeah,
way you sound?
yeah, I think so. I mean, I had some English friends too read the script onto a tape, and I listened to that over and over again. They came to see it, and they were impressed. So
there you go. Hey, if friends are impressed, would you mind throwing out a frankly dear Watson for us now?
Well, I don't know. He doesn't actually say.
What is he, or whatever he says? Because we always think Sherlock Holmes says that.
Well, what does he say? The memory is like an empty attic, Watson. That's pretty much.
That's nice.
It works.
That's pretty darn good.
Yeah. After you do it for 2 hours on stage, it's like, oh. And then I came to see my family after, and they're like, and I started talking regular. They're like, wait, you're freaking me out because you just had an English accent for 2 hours.
And now you don't.
Yeah.
And now you don't. So tell me about family and that balance, because you're touring, right? You're doing this show, and how are you striking a balance with the kids and everything else that life brings?
Oh, my son was sick yesterday, and it was so hard being away, when he's sick. And that's the most heartbreaking part. But they'll come to visit me Thanksgiving or, hopefully find little moments when they can come on the road.
I was reading a little bit about your dad, and of course the Arquette family. I mean, so much talent in your family. But I would think that you draw from that, and you draw from experience, and you bring that to this role. I mean, I'm sure many, but to this role in particular.
Yeah, my dad was an improvisational actor, and we learned quite a bit from him. So I've actually felt him around. He passed away several years ago, but I felt him around, especially during the theater. There's just something. I used to watch him every weekend, just go up and do improv on stage. So I don't know. There's something when you're up there and you're feeling. I talk to him a lot in my head, and my mom, and just protect me or whatever, that kind of stuff.
Well, listen, it's a great pleasure to meet you,
Hey,
and all the best. Congratulations on
Thanks
this show. We will have a link to Sherlock Holmes on our website.